Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of AngularAir. We are on location at ng-conf. We have somewhat of a live audience out here. I'm not going to be able to turn the camera so you can't see them, but believe me, they're out there. You heard them. So. Yeah. All right, so joining us as panelists today, we've got, I'll start with Jeff Lovely. Jeff, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. This is a little awkward because we're looking at each other, but we're not looking at the camera, but normally we have a little camp. Whatever.
Do what you do.
I think we did it last year, so whatever. Austin, what's going on?
Not much. You know what my favorite talk was?
What?
It was John Papa's talking about misspelling.
Okay. That was the whole talk?
Pretty much.
All right. And so the panhead didn't make the trip this time?
It didn't. I'm going to Switzerland next week for Uphill Conf. So any of you out there, check that out. And my luggage was just a little too heavy.
Okay. All right. Well, didn't make the trip. Need a smaller one or something. Pack one.
A compact panhead?
Like,
yeah.
Like just pull a cord and it just expands.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then full bodysuit. Bonnie, how's it going?
Awesome.
You've been a little bit busy.
Oh my goodness. Like it's, crazy. I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I was so excited. I feel like I'm the only person who's crazy.
Right.
But I never sleep at ng-conf. We'll sleep when we get home. There's too much going. It's
true.
So much fun. I don't want to miss anything.
That's true. Alyssa, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
How's it going?
Good. I can't find Austin's Twitter handle for this tweet, but other than that, I'm great. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to retweet too.
Mike,
We'll just do it later.
how's it
I'm
going,
actually over here paying attention to our conversation.
Mike? Like your conversation and not mine and yours conversation?
Either. I mean, it's just about the same, so we're good.
You've been pretty busy too.
Yeah, I had 2 talks, so it kept me a little busy, but it was a lot of fun, and I've gotten to see a few other talks, so it's been a lot of fun. Chatting with people in the hallway and relaxing.
People talk to you?
They usually talk at me, but I like conferences because all I deal with day in and day out is GitHub issues. And it's like, hey, you suck, you broke my app. And I come to conferences, it's like, hey, thanks a lot. So it's the actual opposite, so it's kind of nice.
That's kind of weird. Why don't they come up to you and say the same thing that they do online?
Because he's big.
Those do happen.
Those do
You're a lot
happen too.
taller in person.
I can confess I was
I'm taller in person.
One of them.
I've actually noticed a phenomenon with Mike at this conference, and probably most of your conferences, Mike, where there's a lot of people who tackle you, like to run and grab you. I don't know what that is.
I like hugs. So I've gotten into the habit of hugging people, and they hug back, and that's okay.
giant teddy bear.
I think so.
So if anybody wants a hug, I'm good. And high fives, random high fives, please. If I walk by you with my hand up, high five.
Don't make it awkward though.
Speaking of high fives, I'm very disappointed. I haven't had a chance to give anybody a Top Gun high five. Would you do a Top Gun?
Top Gun? All right,
Yeah.
All right. We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
One more chance.
We're still off. We're not close enough. All right.
You know how much they practice
You
that
can't be my
before.
Rio. Sorry. Next time, maybe. All right. So we're going to be bringing up some people, talk to some people, different speakers, maybe some attendees as we go through the show. But maybe we can talk first to Jeff and talk about your talk.
Sure.
You were pretty
gave a talk
ambitious.
this year?
That
You
was
and Nathan,
epic.
yeah. Yeah, right.
Yes.
So a lot of work to put that thing together.
Yeah, no, but it was the type of thing that even before we submitted for a talk, Nathan and I have been collaborating on doing multi-platform development and talking about the best practices for a long time, actually. And so I don't know if we would have gone as far as we did for this talk, but we were already starting to kind of build out some ideas for like what ultimately became XPlat in the framework that we were kind of talking about.
For the viewers that didn't catch your talk, what was your talk?
Yeah, so it's called Superpowered Server Rendered Progressive Native Apps, which was just like a gobbledygook
Gobbledygook,
title.
that's a technical term.
Yes,
Gobbledygook.
but it was meant to encompass a wide variety of different platforms that it is possible to build Angular apps for. And the purpose of the talk was that if you try to build for each of these individually, it's relatively simple. BlackBerry. Sure, do that. But if you try to build one thing that works on all of them at the same time, that's where it gets complicated. That's where you need to have some structure around there. That was what it was all about.
That's awesome.
So I'm assuming you do work with so many platforms then in order to already have those best practices.
Well, yeah, I mean, like some of the talks today, especially the keynote, they mentioned that it's dependent on what you need for your business and for your application. So it just so happens to be, just by coincidence, the things that I've been working on the past couple of years do have that need. It is important that it's server rendered and users find it through search. It is important that we have a really good native app. It is important that we have a progressive app. So just because of the nature of our business, that sort of was a good alignment with I had an interest in it, even outside of that as well. So
You've been involved with that for a while now.
yeah, for a little while. For most of the past 5 years, actually, because that was when I started working on the old version of AngularJS server rendering solution, my little hacked together thing, and then it's kind of grown from there.
And so, for people who don't know, Jeff ran and managed AngularAir before I did. So
That's true. Although at this point, I was like a blip on the radar.
I don't know.
Like you,
The grandpa of AngularAir.
But
That's
that's
two
Ken.
generations.
That's Ken C. Dodds.
Yeah, Kenzie.
Wait, Ken used to do it?
He started it. Yeah, him and Todd Motto started it. Yeah.
What?
And then
Yeah.
Jeff.
You didn't know that? No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a little known fact.
I thought Jeff
Todd
started
did
it.
involved.
Todd was in there for
Only the
a while,
hardcore fans know.
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Wow.
I actually used to watch that. So.
Like, so if we scroll down all the way
Yeah.
to 0, can we?
Episode
Is
1.
Todd there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's why I thought he was a punk at first.
A punk?
I did.
Bonnie told me
Can I
that. She was
edit?
like, I used to think Todd was such a punk.
I know, but then I no, but actually I.
Wait, you pointed at me and said
You actually
No,
got
you're not a punk. You're
Oh, okay.
nice, but I
I got kicked off the show, right?
No,
I don't know.
He's actually no Todd. We love you, Todd.
Oh!
I have no idea what
Who are you?
You were
We're
on.
on.
Okay,
We're on YouTube
so the
right now.
camera's right here. Mike's right there too, so you gotta be kind of loud.
And you were on stage this morning dancing, yes?
How'd that go?
Unbelievably to everyone, including myself.
I
yes.
saw your moves.
Thank you to Bonnie.
I
'cause she
saw
convinced
your
me to do
moves.
it.
I was like, shh.
You know
No,
what
I
I did?
cannot.
I was walking through the hall and I was like, oh, come with me. We're gonna do something cool. And Mike and Jules and they were like, what are we doing? And I was like, don't worry about it. Just come on. We're gonna do it. And then we got in there and we're like, yeah, it was fun.
They got on stage to dance. So that's incredible.
So you all know, we spent an hour and a half practicing that.
It was hard.
So viewers on the live stream, rewind to 11:45.
What are we talking about?
Well, we were talking
We were
about
talking about
Jeff
Todd Motto.
and how he started the show, but not really, because it was Todd and who?
He's like the
Kenzie
grandson.
Dodds.
Kenzie
Todd
Dodds.
and Kent started.
And they're the grandfathers.
I
Jeff's
took
the
over for
dad.
just a small amount of time, and now it's Shorty has taken it to a whole new level.
He's really good. He's really good at trying, and like we're like all not that well behaved. And he's like, right before we go live, he's like, can you guys please behave yourselves for once? And we're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, like
Why would
behind
you want them to be?
why
Try
I
to be
want them to be
professional.
control behavior. So like little doses of it, just like
It's just little crazy.
little crazy, and
Yeah.
then
Little
dial it back,
Pull it
little
back.
crazy. It's really it's about our guest,
Yeah.
right? But
So for our guest, Jules, who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Jules?
Yeah, Jules.
I'm Jules Kremer.
What's your, but okay, the first time I ever saw you, you know what I was trying to figure out? What, because I was like, she's really cool and I like her, but what's like her Twitter handle? Because you got up on stage and nobody ever said your Twitter, and I was like,
Is it
I
your
couldn't
name?
find you.
It's my name, but unfortunately I didn't get my whole name, so there's like the underscore between Jules
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Kremer.
So
which
it's
sucks.
Jules and
And
then
I've tried
underscore.
to get to the person who owns that handle, and they don't ever respond.
But
So
then it's
sad.
like, I was like, I actually went through this struggle, like, is it a C, is it a K, is it like a,
It's a K,
so it's K-R-E,
M-E-R.
and the whole, so it's Jules underscore. Because that, the first time I met her, I was like, I want to follow her on Twitter, but I couldn't, I looked for a
Well, guess
while.
what? Everybody can find me on Tracy Lee's Women in Tech list.
there you go, there you go.
And Bonnie follows me, so hey.
There you go.
That's a really good list. We should have
So-
Tracy here. We have Tracy around.
You left
Where's
us
Tracy?
recently?
Tracy, stop
Yeah.
by.
Oh, yeah.
I did unfortunately leave the Angular team, but
Do you wanna
not
tell us
the
about that?
Angular community.
Okay.
Was it like a rage
Obviously.
quit thing?
No.
Slash rage quit. I'm out.
I love Angular's best job I've ever had in my whole life. It was super awesome. The Angular team is absolutely amazing. The community is amazing. Like I can't begin to tell you, like working at Google is amazing. Working at Google for Angular is even more amazing. The unfortunate truth is I don't live in the Bay Area, and I was on a plane every Monday, and I wasn't seeing my family for a week at a time. I have a daughter still at home, and it was getting to the point where I never saw her. So Google Cloud found out about that, and they for 6 months worked on me, and then finally dangled the "you can work from wherever you'd like,"
Oh.
and that worked. So I'm now in Google Cloud DevRel, and I've actually managed 3 teams in Google Cloud. So
that's really nicer to you.
I managed DevRel for Google Cloud startups. So any startup that is at an event like this that wants to sign up for like cloud credits, and we do some architecture and guidance design, getting people up on things like TensorFlow or Kubernetes or Cloud Functions, Firebase. I also manage the DevRel team for higher education. So going out to, this one was personal. My son's in a comp sci class at Cal Poly, so I wanted to be able to go out and reach kids like him and make sure they understand the products and the services and things like ML and AI, so that when they go into the workforce, they're successful. And then the third team that I run is G Suite developers. So all 80 developer products within Google Apps. So things like AppScript, which is JavaScript for AppScript, or for Google Apps rather, and all of the APIs around doc sheets, slides, yada yada.
And then you say AppScript?
AppScript.
Not AppScript.
Not AppScript. We've had that problem before.
Right.
That's like an inside joke there.
Yeah, I don't think most people know
All right,
AppScript.
make noise if you know what AppScript, AppScript.
Wow. I don't know if you're just making noise to make noise though. They were
How many noise is true?
Yeah.
By the way, Jules lives in Hawaii and posts some of the most amazing
Wait, seriously?
pictures. She posts some
That's
of
why
the,
the carrot work wherever you
Right,
want.
right.
You have a waterfall in your backyard.
I
Like
do.
in a guest room?
I do.
So when like we can like come down and just hang out, we'll be like, hey Jules,
You know,
with
the-
our suitcase.
Yeah, the last time somebody from the Angular community came, though, I put them to work and made them build me a slip and slide in my front yard.
Oh, we are so going to your house. All right, everybody party at Jules' place. Oh my goodness.
ngAir Hawaii edition.
So happy towels.
Permanently every week.
I would not travel if I lived in Hawaii and I had a slip and slide. I would just stay there and make everybody else come. We'll just do the next ng-conf in your backyard.
And see aloha.
That would be aloha.
My Hawaii friend who lives down the street from me in Maui is here.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So how far of a flight is that?
Yeah, what is that like?
Oh, well, I stopped in San Francisco, so it's like 5 hours San Francisco and then a couple hours here.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I made a pit stop.
Well, we're glad to see you. It's awesome
You know what I
that
love
you
about the
came out.
Angular team and the Angular community is no one has been like, what the heck are you doing here? You don't even work here anymore.
I silently thought that.
Why am I not?
I think it's just a validation that it's not just lip service of that Angular was your favorite community to work with, that you're here.
Yeah.
You're not associated professionally anymore with Angular, but you're here as part of the community.
I think
We
I'll always
appreciate
be
you coming
here
here.
as part of the community.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's hard. Like once you're here and you come to this conference, to not come to here.
Exactly.
Just the opportunities to interact and talk with everybody. It's just amazing.
And all the junk food.
I haven't eaten any of it this year.
You are so
What?
good.
I've been very good. No junk food for me this year.
That's more impressive
And
than,
no, I'm gonna impress you all. Anyone who knows me knows how impressive this is gonna be. I haven't had one beer.
Wow.
You're dedicated.
I know.
That's pretty awesome.
I had wine, but no beer.
how could you restrain yourself from that donut wall? That thing was amazing.
I will tell you how I did it. You ready?
Yes.
By the time I got there, they were stale.
It's a shame because the maple with the bacon sprinkles was epic. Oh my gosh.
Well, what kind of conference has a donut wall, right?
A cool time.
Absolutely.
Actually, true story. I was at a meeting with all of Cloud DevRel, which is hundreds of people, and a couple people who are actually here started talking about ng-conf, not knowing that this was my previous world, and they were just exclaiming about how ng-conf is the coolest conference ever,
Oh yeah.
right? And then they told everybody how Daft Punk was here last year, and I'm sitting there going, that was the real Daft Punk. But I never told them. That's how they're gonna find it.
That's
You
okay.
can tell, right?
They're
They
gonna
take
be
the mask off.
dancing. That's the ultimate tribute to a tribute band.
Right?
Is they think they're the real.
Well, they're kind of easy to hide their, like they get helmets.
Wait, I
Yeah, but
heard
that
that
is
the
quality
name of the
costume.
band was actually called The Real Daft Punk. Was
Oh,
that what it
that's
was?
funny.
I don't
Yeah, because
know.
Daft Punk was taken, obviously. Underscored.
That's such a clever idea. I should rename NG Houston to The Real Angular.
So this is Bonnie's last episode. So
Bonnie's leaving it.
she's got other ventures she's going to go on to. So we wish her well.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Should we pull some other people up here?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
I'll make space.
Okay. Thank you,
I'll see you
Jeff.
guys.
Jeff, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Oh, good.
Oh,
No, you can stay up here.
No, I want to sit next to Joe. Hi everyone,
Who are you?
I'm Simona Kotin and I work as a developer advocate for Microsoft for Azure. And it's my
Machine
first
learning, machine learning expert. Yesterday you said that.
Oh yeah, with an exclamation mark before that. So my talk at ng-conf was actually a challenge to the demo that I built, the application that I built was a challenge to myself to see how much can I get done without actually knowing a lot about machine learning and just reusing whatever is out there. And I built this doppelganger app where you can upload pictures of yourself and compare them to an 80s character. Because that's the theme, right?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So that was great.
So how is Bonnie the 80s character that you showed?
She's a rock star. She's an eternal
I
rock
was so,
star.
people were sending me like messages on my phone going,
That was
oh,
me.
no, you weren't the only one. Everybody was like, oh, you were just in Simona's presentation. I was like, no way. That's like so, I was so excited about that.
So surprisingly enough, Sam, Bonnie's daughter,
Child component.
child
Humor, yeah.
lazy loaded. Looks 94% like Bonnie.
94%,
That
really?
was
But I paid extra for the right hair.
That's how that works, right?
What, lazy loading?
No, 94% sort of thing.
Another thing about my app is that people have tried it online, and I think that most of the people look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, my name just looks like it.
Yeah. Have you tried the app though?
I have not tried the app.
Yeah, and that was
A young Arnold or an older Arnold?
well, the 80s.
The 80s Arnold, all right.
It's a young Arnold.
Yeah, this is young Arnold.
You can totally rock that.
I bet.
I see it.
Can you do an Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Just say, just look at the camera and go,
No.
No, not at all. Just do
Get to the chopper. All right, so I think a lot of the talks are already online, right? On YouTube, so is your talk,
Yeah.
what's the title of your talk? Or talk?
It's a very long title.
Oh, okay.
Build
She forgot.
How do you spell
your
name so everybody can find you? They already made me do this, so.
Yeah.
It's Kotin with a C. C-O-T-I-N.
Yeah, and
Like the language?
almost.
That's okay.
That's Kotin.
Ah.
I'm Kotin. So that's C-O-T-I-N.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you built in this app for your talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had so much fun doing it.
Cool.
The only problem was because the pictures were from the 80s, or they were for characters from the 80s. The pictures were in super great quality, which means that the model that I trained that's why everyone looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right.
So my session was build a lookalike engine with machine learning and Angular. Awesome.
Okay. So I got to ask you, in all the prep for your talk and all the work you did for the app and stuff, probably had to cut some stuff out. What was one thing that if you had to cut it out, but you wish would have made it in there? If you had time or something, was there anything like that? I just have to drop this because I can't get it.
Yeah, so definitely I wanted to speak more about how I built the app, and I also, actually before the talk, I wanted to have more time to train the model better and find more quality pictures so that the app performs much better. But also, I've covered a little bit of serverless in my talk. I wish I had the time to spend. I wish I had the time to spend more time on that, so that I cover how we can automate some of the machine learning processes using serverless. And I love serverless.
Sounds like you just did a super buzzword sentence there.
Right?
Serverless, machine learning,
Right.
image recognition.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Blockchain.
Don't
Just
just
add
add
'em
way
all.
over there. So make sure you speak up so they can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know they can hear Austin.
Okay, so do you do you have blog posts and other content you put out about serverless stuff?
So right now I only have my GitHub repositories with the app that I built, but I'm planning to blog post.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what's your Twitter? Because you're like, I mean, other than the machine learning, I mean, just as a person, you're so fun. Like, so we can follow you on Twitter.
No, yeah. Have you thought that maybe you're the fun?
With an exclamation point in front.
That's really hurtful. Usually we can. I gotta see here. Give me a minute. Hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta.
yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, so when everybody's calling in, and then somebody else on the panel will mute somebody. But yeah, that's the thing. Well, thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
appreciate it.
Enjoy.
Let's get Steve. Come on, Steve.
Come on, Courtney.
Steve, you, Steve. Steve's like,
Everyone's like,
oh,
"You're
no.
back, Steve."
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
Good.
How you doing?
Who are you? I'm
Who are you?
Stephen Bolaire, and
I
I
actually-
work as a front-end developer, remote to a awesome company in Philadelphia called Gen Services. So I've been working in Angular since 2016, October 2016, and
That's
this
like
is my
really
first
specific.
ng-conf.
That was
So I'm
very
super
nice.
pumped to be here. Everyone has to have a chance to come out and do this at least once. But once you come the first time, you'll keep coming every year.
Even if it's not your job.
And actually, sorry, go ahead.
No.
We're blaming this because, okay, so I saw him, like, as soon as he got to the conference, I saw him, like, early. We were, like, checking into the hotel.
Yeah.
And I thought he looked exactly like Chaos Monster. Martin.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you look like Martin. And I know Martin's not here, but I was like, you look like Martin. And he's like, I'm not Martin, I'm Steve. And I'm like, okay, well, we're friends now.
Friends.
And
First name basis.
so he got pulled into the flash mob, and now he just found out like 5 seconds ago that he was going to be on AngularAir. So that was actually a pretty good intro. The first time they told me I was going to be on AngularAir, I was very nervous and like stuttered a lot. So that was pretty good.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Sure.
What was your favorite talk so far?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm actually going to have to give a shout out to Kara Erickson. She threw down an awesome presentation on the upcoming Ivy. So if you guys have never heard of Ivy, you are going to be blessed with what's coming. So go out, take a look for Ivy, figure out what it's going to do for your organization, because I was super excited about that.
How about when?
And follow Kara for the win on Twitter. She's probably written the most Ivy code of anyone on the planet at this point. So
She's my hero. Yep.
I have to be honest, she's one of my heroes.
You know what I think about when I hear the word Ivy? Poison Ivy from that Batman.
That Batman show.
No,
Movie
you know
or-
what the
the
name
movie,
Ivy
movie,
came
yeah.
from? Do you know?
Yeah.
I do know.
Tell us. 'Cause I thought it was really fun.
You're not on the team anymore, so you can share, right?
Yeah, you can tell us how they came up with the name Ivy.
Is it a bad thing?
That's pretty exciting.
They watched Poison Ivy.
No. Do you remember?
That's not the question you get.
That's the question I'm
Right,
thinking in the back of my
Right.
mind. Why I fired? No, it's actually a simple story. And I don't know all the people, but somehow this is the fourth render or something. So it started out as I.
You're telling people that?
I thought it was short for
Roman
injected view.
numerals.
Because they said injected view, and then it was like I.
So on the Angular team, we never can like stick with one thing. Like somebody came with a four thing, then somebody had to add something else, and it ended up being Ivy. If you look at Kara's picture on Twitter, she's got Ivy behind her.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy or?
What is your
No, what
fixation
is
with
your
that?
pretty green Ivy?
Pretty
that grows
green.
on the wall.
Decorative eye.
There's also Poison Ivy.
There-
That's like a comic book villain.
But this
because-
renderization is not going to be that.
No.
No, it's going to be opposite. It's going to be the happy,
Awesome likes villains.
empowering.
So I know I saw her talk during the keynote about Ivy. Was there another time that so that's where the video they should check out because it was really cool. I learned a lot. I was like, oh.
How about with that point when she threw a breakpoint on HTML? And we go there
Oh
and
my
took-
gosh.
I know, right?
Okay, so you just picked out your favorite talk, and then we went all on a tangent because we're pretty excited about Ivy too.
Yeah.
What anything else that just like jumped out at you that was like that something you didn't expect to see?
Look, this is my second time here to Salt Lake City, and just being able to come out here, be one with nature, which I don't get to be all the time, away from the normal desk job. But the reason that this is fantastic is because of the community. So when I first got involved with Angular, I was in Raleigh. I think I connected with Tracy Lee. Many of you guys know Tracy.
Everyone knows
and
Tracy.
Everyone knows Tracy
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
point.
yes.
All right, she's not on the panel there right now. So
Yeah.
shout out to Tracy.
Tracy, come over.
I'm gonna tweet her.
All right,
Yeah.
Twitter, see if she can
Get over
get
there,
here
Tracy.
before the end.
She has 15 minutes.
And we have a strong, thriving, growing meetup community in the RTP area that is engaged, and a lot of that actually bleeds over from the Microsoft meetups as well. So a lot of us are actually, and this is even what I'm working on, actually working on an Azure backend with an Angular front end. So thank you to Microsoft for opening up and embracing those of us that want to do cool JavaScript type frameworks on the front end.
Okay, I have a question though. Your first ng-conf, you've told us what your favorite session is, but for me, I want to know is your first experience, what's the coolest thing you didn't expect to see at a conference? Like the donut wall, or like what was the thing?
The flash mob.
No, maybe the flash mob. I actually think that the theme, they threw down a great theme this year, and it just kind of
DeLorean.
yes, the DeLorean was there from Back to the Future.
You just got school.
So yeah, the 80s throwback theme was fantastic. We were all wearing some bling from the 80s shows that some of us grew up with. I don't know the average age of the panel. I'm not going to go.
We're not going to talk about that, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. So it was fantastic.
We were country when country wasn't. Yeah, actually, Samantha and I were arguing about the 80s fashion. She's like, Mom, that's not right. And I'm like, I was there. So
Yeah.
Where's Samantha at? She needs to be here.
tweet her.
You tweet her.
Where's Samantha? Samantha? Yeah,
Well,
I
she's
don't-
not
I don't-
here,
Well,
so
that's
here.
okay.
All right. Let's bring somebody else up.
All right.
Olivia, coming up,
Thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hope you come back next year too. We know this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
All right, say hi. Tell us who you
Hi.
are.
Hey guys.
Who are you?
Who are you?
They know me.
Oh, they know you.
Wow!
Yeah. I used to be on AngularAir. That's why
I mean, you're welcome back anytime.
I know.
I'm busy.
It's just that time is not perfect for me now.
Maybe
I
do some
had
work
a
on it.
child. And,
All right.
So what
so
else do you do?
Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
So you, Olivia has this unique thing that he is. So most people, I don't know how
I'm
many.
French.
That's unique.
Yeah.
There's no other French. You're the only one.
Sorry.
You're the French.
Sorry.
Okay, so most people think that Angular is all built by Google engineers. However, there are people like Olivier who are not actually Google engineers, and Brock as well, who work on very specific things for us. He's in the hot chair though, not you.
Yeah, it's his time. It's his shining moment. Over here, it's
I'll
his
see
time.
he's working for me.
So, would you like to tell us how you work with the Angular team and what you work on?
Yeah. So I joined the Angular team about a year ago, a little bit more. I just went to talk to Igor, and 1 month ago it was. 1 month later it was done. So I didn't have to do all of the interviews that Google employees do and everything.
You just walked in. You're like,
Oh, no, but
My
Kind of like how you walked
Yeah.
up here. You're just
you're
like,
just like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
No, they had a problem with IATN. They wanted to make it better, and I knew a little bit about that. So
ITN is localization,
internationalization.
nice.
whatever, same thing.
Yeah.
It's different. Right?
And it's still not as good as I'd like it to be. Working on it, more things are coming with Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know half of what Ivy was going to bring to you. Ever.
Yeah. So is it like right now you have to manually run that, do all those stuff to do,
Yeah, you have
right?
to build the application for each locale.
right? And is Ivy gonna make that easier? I was like,
Yeah. You should be able to. I should probably not commit to
well,
it.
whatever you can, whatever you can.
No, we want it. We want to be able to have only one build,
Okay.
and then either lazy load the locale or bundle everything in your
If
package.
you
if you
say hot LTN, like hot
Hot
module swapping.
module, yeah.
No, not that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you should, we will also add code translations because a lot of people are waiting for that.
Well, that's cool. So it might not happen in 6, but it's coming.
It's already in master, but not finished.
Okay.
We have a demo for static translation with Ivy, and we're working on it and we're merging it as we go.
Very cool.
So should be for Ivy when it's released.
right, so what else have you been up to during the conference? Yeah,
During the conference?
Yeah, just attending and cruising
Yeah,
around?
just attending this
Okay.
year.
What was your favorite talk?
Not yours.
I didn't give a talk this
That's
year.
right, exactly. My favorite.
You can feel the love on the show, right?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Got and learned and add a star to ng-conf.
Oh.
Because it rhymes with success.
Success.
So if you want to build a good application, you need that.
Alright, so you're just dodging the question right now?
Yeah, I feel like he is.
No, I
You
don't
can just
know.
pick a talk.
There were a lot of great talks. I think, yeah, right.
So Jeff is over
Jeff
there
and
behind the
Nathan.
audience going,
Jeff and Nathan did an amazing demo on stage. And yeah,
Okay.
I think it was one of the most impressive things I've seen. They've
Were
been
there any
working,
other talks?
no, but they've been working on it for like, I don't know how many months. Can you imagine how many hours they put into this talk? It's amazing.
but what about other people's?
Minko's talk.
I like
Personally,
your talk,
I
right?
really like Shai's talk because now I finally understand switch map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and Mike was a big part of that talk too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can we
So
call
we
it
get
your
some talk
talk?
there.
Can we call that one your talk?
Sure.
Okay,
I
cool.
will-
Tell us
about your talk.
My name's on it.
Yeah, you were the star.
Talk.
No,
Shai was
I
like
kicked it off.
basically
I was the
bashing
first one.
Backbone, I feel like.
Yeah, come here.
Okay.
They went to get pizza.
Sam, everybody.
She's like kind of,
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
We're talking to our guests usually, so yeah, that's his job.
okay,
We got
just
some
get
extra
off
crew
the
back here.
phone.
Trying to get Sam in here. All right, let's pull somebody else up. Yep. Thank you, Olivier.
Joe Ames.
Appreciate it.
Joe Eames. Oh, we can get the Aussie too. Anthony.
How do you know all these people, Bob?
I know all, that's my job.
Hi, Joe. Hi.
Joe, I feel like I haven't seen you the entire conference.
That's because I've been avoiding you.
Oh,
Austin, you've been not getting a lot of love.
It's okay.
I'm afraid of pandas.
They are
Vicious.
Well, good thing you didn't bring the head.
fluffy
I actually-
and magical.
Now, Joe, this is Joe Eames, everybody, in case you haven't known.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Joe Eames.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, how hectic has this conference been compared to the other?
Usually people do 1 to 10.
Don't question my methods.
0 to 9. I didn't do this at all.
There's been 5 conferences, so is it the most hectic? Is it the least
All right.
hectic?
Yeah, so what is it?
For me, it was definitely one of the less hectic ones.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets pretty much better every year. It's less hectic.
In so many ways, it gets better every year.
Thank you, Mike.
Last year we didn't have a donut wall. We have a donut
We
wall
have a
this
donut
year.
wall this year. That was the one thing we wanted to do this year was have a donut wall.
Yeah.
So
Did you unit test?
Nailed
That's
it.
the only thing you wanted to have.
that was it.
Okay,
That was
this
the only
room's
thing.
new too.
Everything
right?
else that you see was just an accident that the staff did randomly. None of it was planned. Just the donut wall.
So you guys also give out awesome gifts every year.
We do.
It is the best conference ever. The gifts are amazing.
Did you get it?
Oh, yeah, that was
I happen
hilarious.
to
That was
know
awesome.
this gift has a special place in my heart.
Wait, what?
This prize.
The one that I
Austin
got?
won a prize
You
for
got
the
it.
first
Does.
time.
I picked that one
I
out.
never won a prize
I
before.
was very.
I've never won a prize before.
No, he's not.
I go to pick up my prize, and it's a female smartwatch. And my wife was with me.
It's a Michael Kors.
It's very nice.
It
watch.
is an amazing smartwatch.
Yeah,
My wife was
beautiful rose
with me.
gold.
And she goes, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for this gift."
I mean, you could have probably pulled it off if you wanted to rock a, real delicate band.
Yeah, there were,
So
there were
what's
two
the story?
prizes. There were two prizes. Like, we had a little bit of money left in the prize budget, so I was over at Best Buy. And I talked to Frosty, said I'll pick up the last little bit, did some shopping, and that one came up. And the other one that was really cool that I really was excited for was, I don't know if you've seen, there's those speakers that JBL does. They're like this big. They're the flips. They have basically that, except it's this big with a big huge handle. It's a boombox.
Oh, shut up!
Somebody
Who
won
won
that.
that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was like the 80s boombox.
Nice.
Flip.
Nice.
If
So-
you won that,
bring it
we
here
need
now.
that.
You could be walking down the hall with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Too fun.
I would have fun on the plane ride with that.
Oh, I know.
So next year, is it going to be the 90s? We're going to all run?
Oh, do you know
stuff or
that?
what?
Do you know the
Do you
theme?
think the 90s is all
No,
grunge?
I've had
I
a
think we should go to the
As one of
70s.
the
I think we
Yeah.
should do a panda thing.
Because there's so much fun stuff to do.
Just because you don't like pandas.
With a real panda.
With a real
Everyone clap. See, overwhelming.
Do some research.
We should take a vote. Who wants panda?
I'll order a top.
What about the 70s?
Ooh, that's
Wow.
Well, we're
There
gonna
was-
get 5
There was
presentation.
a hand for each category.
One vote for each.
Passion for both of those.
Yeah. Oh, Joe, I just want to say that every year I'm overwhelmed with the thoughtfulness of the planning. Every year. So it's like this room, for instance. It's an overflow room that we're in right now. The conference is live streamed too. And people can come in here and work. Or I was actually thinking, oh my gosh, when I have a kid, and my kid's being rowdy and they're not dingy kids, I can come into this room and not worry about them interrupting the stage. Like there's so many things that are just so thoughtful that I think so many people just don't notice, but it's just, I don't know, it's really cool.
We
Speaking
actually,
as a mother, when you have a kid, can I give you some advice? Duct tape.
No.
so this room is
Hey, why not?
actually,
Duct tape works sometimes.
Duct tape is
The
awesome.
views and opinions of the panelists are that of
They're
their own.
we will actively work to change them.
this is actually the Alyssa room. We wanted a room where people who were particularly loud could come and wouldn't disrupt all the rest of the activities. So
You look through. I love it.
You know what I love? The 80s movies that are going on with the giant
It
beanbags.
was so cool.
I actually went in there and took a nap yesterday.
during what movie?
I've never seen Back to the Future before.
Never?
What?
I saw it for the first time in that room. Never saw
That
it.
is one of my favorite movies.
It was cool.
So how did you even know what the DeLorean was then?
Well, I mean,
Party.
She thought it was a DeLorean.
like that was pretty bad. Yeah, that was pretty bad. No, memes online. You learn things enough to get by.
But with all the little things going on and the fun things and everything else are all great. And the speaker list is amazing and what have you. But I think it's the culture and the acceptance and the openness to be able to talk to anybody at any time, anywhere throughout the entire conference is the atmosphere that is most impressive.
All right, every time that we do some kind of an activity, the guiding goal is always how can we make the community tighter, closer, more inclusive, more welcoming. That's the goal with everything. So a room like this that has a goal behind it. Who needs to have a place where they can be, where they're not going to disrupt people, needs another place that's going to be different from that, right? That's about inclusivity and about
The Alyssa
Yeah.
everything is about that. What's that?
Check the schedule.
Oh yeah. The
Oh,
Girl
yeah,
Scout
yeah.
cookies.
It's right before
Oh,
the talk, so it's
I
like
totally forgot about the
3
Girl
o'clock.
Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a perfect.
it's a perfect conference.
Yes, you can avoid the donut wall, Jules, but you're not going to
Well,
avoid the Girl Scout
I was
cookies.
just like, what time is this actually happening? My plane's leaving, so I think I'm good.
3:10.
Oh.
I think it's 3:10.
All right. We
Not
probably
bad,
have
Jeff.
time for one more person to pull up.
Can we get the Aussie?
The who?
Or Courtney.
He looks busy. Yeah, let's pull up.
He's really fun.
Everyone.
Come on, Anthony.
And
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you,
Dr.
Joe.
Anthony. Hi,
Sorry, no sorry.
Wait,
Kill me
wait.
after this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did Jeff Buckley send you up here with that shirt?
Yes,
He's
you
getting all
did.
kinds of plugs this episode. I tell you.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm an Aussie. I travelled all the way from Australia just to come to ng-conf. I came last year for the first time.
I thought that accent was fake.
No, it's not.
It's legit.
So I had such a blast last year that I had to come back. Yeah, and as everyone says, you know, everybody is so friendly in the community. And yeah, I got to meet some amazing people. Like I got to meet Austin, I got to meet Bonnie. I even got to hang out with Brocky last year, and that was just awesome. And I got to meet this guy on my very first night.
Yeah, that was cool.
What is that flight like?
It's 13 hours,
13. Okay.
so that's not too bad.
How did you explain to me earlier? It was like, and we're
Yeah.
here, and then, and then
Yeah, and we're back. Yeah.
It's just like that. Which is all flights were like that.
Just read about RxJS operators the whole way.
That's right, exactly. And in switch map.
Yeah.
Switch map. No one has to read about switch map anymore because it's very clearly.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I actually had a guy, I was emceeing in a room yesterday, and the guy was like asking the speaker, now why did you use a switch map there? Because you're not using 2 observables. And the guy was like, oh, you're right. Maybe I should stop using switch. Like it was so, and I was like, I know where you learned that. Like it was really funny.
Awesome. Well, it's a good example of, you came last year, got to interact and meet with everybody, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like you're back this year and it's like, hey, how's it going? And
Yeah, it's
you
just like,
get connected right away, right?
yeah, it's the family, the community is just so awesome, and everyone's just so friendly, and it was like all the relationships that we built last year.
Yeah, someone for family.
Cementing those, it was and hanging out.
Yeah.
And you'd never have a moment of break. It's just constant party. Like, I mean, Joe does such a great job and the team do such a great job that, it is just party for a whole week.
It is, right.
And learning.
And talking.
And then learning, yeah.
And you're ready for that flight home because you're just going to crash.
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I was stoked to see you come back this year. I'm like, oh, man, I hope he's going to be here.
Yeah,
So
cheers,
that's awesome.
thanks.
Just be careful. If you're an introvert, stay away from Bonnie because you never know what you'll get yanked into.
Flash
Once she
mobs.
knows your name, it's like, come on, and then it's too late.
So
So.
true.
I could attest to that.
You said it with kind of like a haunted look in your eye.
I don't dance even if the beat's funky. So.
No, but you were awesome though. That was so fun.
Well, do you have any favorite moment?
What's your favorite talk?
We got to get our elementary school question in there. Right? What did you do last summer?
My favorite talk last year, I mean, I really did enjoy the ID talk that Kara gave. That stepping through the HTML template was just like amazing. And what was even best about the whole thing is that we got cake.
Yeah.
Because of Ivy, we got cake.
We got cake.
So I really would have to thank
I've
Kara
actually
for the
had
cake.
Brad.
Is it actually as good as we hear?
It is.
It is? Okay.
And I happen to know that the reason
He uses fresh eggs, right?
well, he has chickens, so he does use fresh eggs. If you didn't know, Brad's pretty much a homestead farmer person. And he does raise his own chickens, so it is raised with own chickens, but his secret is he puts coffee in it.
Ooh.
You can't taste coffee, but
But that's in there.
yeah. At least that's what he told me.
Brad always surprises me. I didn't know he could sing karaoke last night. And he was singing Michael Jackson, and I just did not expect that. And I was like, that's just,
he's a singer,
he's
he's a
just
baker,
awesome.
he's a farmer.
And his hat is kind of amazing.
Does that Angular thing?
True story. At my house in Hawaii, I have a lot of coffee trees, but I had never, what am I going to do with coffee
Right,
trees?
yeah.
I thought you were going to say I haven't tried to Brad.
I could take the balloon and make it. All right. It's a little from the crypt kind of.
Yeah.
True story though. Brad was visiting for my birthday, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna make you birthday coffee." So he literally climbed all the trees.
He climbed your coffee trees?
Climbed the coffee trees.
That is so
collected
cool.
all the coffee beans. We sat in because you have to shell them and you have to ferment them, and then he made me coffee. He
Wow.
roasted it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, did he like bake it in the oven or something?
Yeah, he
roasted it?
did. He's very multi-talented.
He has so many talents, unexpected
The
talents.
coffee was awesome too.
The Michael Jackson karaoke was awesome also.
Yes, it was.
I did not get to witness that, but
I
I
have
hope someone
it
has on video.
Oh, yeah, I got you, fam.
So what was your favorite talk last year?
It was actually Austin's.
What?
Oh.
What a plug!
No, it was actually
Even I talked last year.
other than when you did the intro, the keynote.
Yeah, the keynote.
Yeah, that's it.
Just the keynote.
All right, so we got somebody else up here.
Damn, hi,
And
Samantha!
If you didn't know who this is, she has a 94% match on Doppelganger.
That's my child component.
Yeah, and she did a killer,
That was lazy.
killer ngRx.
Nice.
And animations too.
Yeah.
What did you think of Sam's talk?
Yeah, Sam's was awesome
Yeah, what
with the
did you think of
animations.
Sam's talk?
Like, I really enjoyed the 5-minute
Live
little
coding?
clips.
Lightning talks.
The lightning talks, those 5-minute ones, I reckon we should have more of those next year because that was absolutely fantastic, and I learnt a lot from animations from Sam. So I know who my go-to girl will be.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Sam.
That's
If
my
you have
girl.
any animations questions, my Twitter is @thelittlestep. Follow me.
The littlest step.
Love it.
Littlest step.
What's up next? Are you planning another talk?
I actually am, but it's a secret. It's a surprise. I
So,
have to get with my
Will you
friend.
tell us?
Okay. Oh,
Wait,
oh.
We
Just
won't
tell
tell
us.
anyone.
We won't tell
We-
anyone.
I think we
What
know.
about them?
Oh, don't worry about that.
They're
Every
trustworthy.
I'm
earmuffs.
gonna turn it on.
Right.
All right. Viewer-
Hey, somebody just followed me.
The internet thing works.
We're gonna unfollow you later.
Wow, that's big.
I'm gonna help Austin out. Sam, what was
Whoever-
your favorite talk?
Yeah, there you go.
It was my favorite song?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
Mine.
That's the only one I saw. I'm so
She's gonna
sorry.
be biased, but
I'm
Okay.
serious.
Let me put this on Do Not Disturb, it might be going off.
No, it's fine, because I think it's time to wrap up.
Oh, yay!
So,
We're gonna go back to the conference.
Yeah, back to the conference. But thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks for the live audience for joining us. I know y'all watching, y'all probably don't know the answer. Maybe some of y'all don't know the answer, but every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, we stream live for an hour, but then it's recorded so you can watch it whenever. But please join us, watch it if you can. Let us know if you have any topic ideas, anything you want to hear about.
Heck yes.
We'll grab some people and bring them in.
And they literally grab people and
We
bring
do,
them in.
we do.
We're going back to the future because the future is programming. The future is Angular, so we're going back to the future by going back to the
have you
conference.
actually seen
Wow.
Back to the Future?
I saw about 5 minutes in the back to the.
Yeah, see me too.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you next week.